So today I'm going to give you an update on where I'm at with my December daily. It is not yet December. I don't know, it's November the 20-something. So I've just got like a few things started, but somebody asked about my process, so I want to give some insight into my process, and I'm just going to show you three things. My covers, I've got a lot of my first day done, and and just like a random tag that I did. So I've been seeing all these people out in YouTube land, and they have these marvelous books put together and all their pages and their numbers are on the pages, and I'm too commitment phobic to do that. Until I know how busy a day is going to be and how many pictures I have and how much I want to say, I just cannot make the page. So at this point, all I can really do is the covers and the things that I know are happening in December. So I'll show you the covers first. So my album is going to be 6.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and I used a piece of SEI paper on the cover. I started with a piece of chipboard, and then I covered that with, see, the thing was that my paper was, I only had one sheet of it, and it's 12 by 12 obviously, but my cover's 6.5 inches across, so I had to cover the whole thing with cardstock first. So I used a sheet of basil pomegranate cardstock, and I really love the way it gave it this nice border. And then I put the 6-inch across sheet of the SEI paper on top. I had a really hard time decorating the cover of this because what I found was that the paper was so pretty that anytime I covered it, like with any kind of embellishments, I felt like I was covering up something that was prettier, or like I was covering something pretty up with something that was not as pretty. So what I ended up doing was just kind of showing off the paper as best I could, but still giving it a little bit of depth. So to start, I've got my title, December Memories 2014, and that's the, I don't know if you guys remember, I got these jelly bean soup stickers, and when I actually went to peel them off, they're a lot finer than I thought they were going to be, and I really love the way they turned out. And then the 2014 is just off my Bo Bunny sticker sheet. And what I did is I just cut some chipboard rectangles out, and it was great because I got to use up some scrap chipboard, and I've got a ton of it kicking around. And then I wrapped them in, I covered them with some Recollections vellum. I just have these 12 by 12 vellum, 12 by 12 vellum sheets, and they're gold, and they've got like a shine to them. Picked up at Michael's, and they're just sitting in my stash. So I covered those, and I think they actually turned out pretty nice. I tried a few other things first, like I tried wrapping them in foil, and it just looked like tacky. So I went with the vellum. I think it turned out nice. And then I had some of the leftover paper because it's only 8 inches down, and it was 12-inch sheet. So what I did is I cut out the repeated elements, and I just pop dotted them on top of the, like you can see the pop dots. I just pop dotted them on top of where they already were on the paper, and there's some more pop dots. And I think it worked out better than covering them up with anything, like, because they were just so pretty. I didn't want to cover them. So what I did do is all of the holly berries that are not pop dotted, I used the Bo Bunny gems that came in the ephemera package. So they're all blinged out, and then there were these kind of matte dots in the bling package. So I put those where they were marked on the paper, like they were little red dots like this one. So I just covered them up with these dots to give them a little bit of dimension. And then I used some of the flowers out of the Bo Bunny ephemera pack as well, and just put one of the little gold gems in the back. This clock ornament was also in the ephemera pack, and then these were just a couple of Christmas buttons that I picked up at Michael's, and I just cut the button part off the back and popped dotted them down. But I just thought that one matched the paper so well, I just had to use it. And then I just thought the present would balance it out a little bit. So that's my cover, and inside it's more the SEI paper, and it's more gold foil. And then my back cover is the same. It's the same paper on the back, same paper on the inside. I haven't added any pockets or anything yet because I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with the insides. I think I might do like a journal entry here or something, but I might wait until after the book is done and just kind of do like a recap on the inside page. I'm not sure yet. I had to punch some of the holes in it because with the flowers here it won't fit in the bind at all anymore. So I've got a front and a back. I just need pages now. So my first page is going to be my Advent page, and I wanted to kind of give you guys a feel into my process. I'm starting with Well, first I'll show you what the page is about. I got the most amazing advent calendar and I'm so excited for it. I don't know if in the US you guys have David's Tea, but in Canada we have this place called David's Tea, and he does 24 days of tea. And it just says David's Tea on the back. And on the back it tells you all the different flavors that are in it. So every day, I actually opened one up, so I'm going to show you what you get in it. So you open it up, and that's, sorry it doesn't all fit in frame. This is as big as I could get my frame. Every day you open one up, and inside there, that's what it looks like. You get like a tiny little tin. This is number 1, so I didn't feel so bad about opening it. You get a tiny little tin, and you make a cup of tea out of it. So I am very excited to drink a cup of tea every day until Christmas Eve. And then my wonderful husband showed up the other day and he brought me another advent calendar, and I was like, are you sure you don't want to do this? He's like, nope, I don't like advent calendars, you go ahead. So I'm actually doing 2 this year. The other one is the Kinder advent calendar, and it comes with, sorry, it just doesn't fit in the frame. And it comes with like Kinder eggs and mini eggs and little bars and little Santas. So every day in December I will be drinking a cup of tea and eating a chocolate. So things are looking up already. So that'll be my first page of my album, is the start of Advent. And this is the page I'm using. It's from the Bo Bunny Misc Me. And I did as much ahead as I could do, and I'll show you what I've done. So for the calendar, I just went on the David's Tea website and I printed out on photo paper the advertisement for the 24 days of tea. So I'm going to put that, I'm going to use that to cover up this creepy little girl. So it'll go like right about here. And then I'll just trim down the edge. And then the next thing I did is I made this pocket, and it's just made out of a sheet of computer paper, and I just made an envelope out of it, used washi tape to seal the bottom. And then I cut down one of the Teresa Collins Tinsel and Company tags to cover it up, and it's just going to tuck in behind this, like right about here. And so the page is going to, that's kind of like how the page is going to start. Make sure I get the whole thing in frame for you. And then inside this pocket, I made a tag out of, again, a sheet of Tinsel and Company paper. And I'm hoping that I'm going to get gold on every page because I'm really excited for the gold. And there's room on the front here that I'm probably going to do a journaling note and a photo. And on the back, I made a chart for all the teas so that I don't forget which ones I liked and I didn't like. Every day I'm going to write the name of the tea, and I'll give it a rank out of 5. So at the end of the month, I'll remember what I liked and what I didn't like. And so once this is set up, then I've got my number, will probably go right here. And then I've got room for a photo here. And I've already done my journaling for this day, and I'll just print that off on the computer. I just don't know what size to make the blocks yet, so I haven't printed it yet. And so that day will be done in a hurry. I don't think I have anything else for that day that goes on that page to show you. I'll just mention, though, that I did make some little templates for myself of how big the photos are. So my Selfie prints photos this size and this size. So that's what I used when I was putting this together, is I just kind of figure, okay, there's room for a photo there. There's room for this photo on side the tag there. So that's how so that's my process. That's how I'm doing them. And I already know what my second day is going to be. We're doing this crazy thing. It's called Champagne Sabering. And my husband and I were members of this private wine club, and this is an event they're putting on where you kind of pay to play, and they're going to give you a saber and a bottle of champagne, and you actually slice the top off. So I don't know how to really get started on that day. I have to kind of wait until we have the experience and I have the photos and I know what I'm doing. But so yeah, my first 2 days are figured out, so that's good. And then the last thing that I did is I just did some filler for a day that I don't have anything to write about. I just made this little tag, and it's favorite Christmas music, and I just used some of the Bo Bunny ribbon, one of the SEI brads, the Teresa Collins Tinsel and Company tags, and some of the Snap Simple Stories stickers. So it just says favorite Christmas music, and just a little bit of journaling on the back. So one of the Bo Bunny stickers, these are the Teresa Collins tapes, the washi tapes, and just a list of my favorite songs. And if I don't have anything to write about that day, I'm going to make a pocket using this piece of ephemera, and I will stick this in the back, and that will be a day. talk about my favorite music. So that's as much as I feel like I can get done. I cannot do any more pages until I know what the month is shaping out to be. But I wanted to give you an update. I hope you enjoyed the video.